And now the NHS are asking, just why did you hire that white person? I thought the same thing when I found out who my guests were tonight. What's going on, Francis?
Well, the NHS bosses want interview panels to justify why they have hired a white person over candidates from ethnic minorities. And I would bet my bottom dollar that if it's a white man, it's even more problematic, because as we all know, white men are disgusting. Now, it's a policy at the Royal Free in North London, requires staff to compile reports justifying why the successful candidate, i.e. a white person, was deemed more suitable. They must write to the Trust's chief exec with evidence on how they scored the non-white applicant. Frustrated staff says the system is a tick box exercise, doesn't sound like the NHS. That is yet another level of bureaucracy. On Saturday, the Mail revealed how the NHS is offering more than £1 million of woke non-jobs, such as head of diversity, etc., etc. It's been in place at the Royal Free NHS Foundation Trust since July 2018, this particular policy, for staff in senior positions. So there we go.
You're not in favour?
Yeah, well, do you know what? There are too many white people on this panel, and obviously I think I'm doing a great job, so one of you should resign. And we need to get an ethnic minority in. And actually, my mum's
get to play a card. Oh, yeah, go on.
My mum's Latin American, so I'm ethnic. I'm fine.
I'm female, Steve, so it's not looking good.
I'm not on the panel. You can't vote me off the panel when I'm not on the panel, can I?
Oh, yeah, that sounds like privilege, mate. Get out.
I think it's totally prejudiced. Are you supposed to say non-white now? I thought...
I don't know.
Isn't that defining everybody via... Isn't that white-centric?
Yeah.
I suppose it is, yeah. Or probably
technically,
yeah,
I don't know.
Normative.
I just think this is so undermining. If you get hired and if you're a person of colour, which I believe is the right term,
POC.
POC.
That's how I like to be called.
POC, then don't you think it's totally belittling?
Well, let's just call it what it is. It's racist. It's racist. That's what it is. Look, if you hire someone, you want the best person for the job. If it happens to be a black woman, get the black lady in. If it's a white man, get the white man in. If it's an Asian man, get them in. It doesn't matter. What's important is that you get the best person for the job.
Then we never would have hired you. So with this story, would you be as upset, and I'm detecting some upset, but would you be as upset if it were that, regardless of who is hired, you then still have to do a report on why you scored all of the candidates that way? Would that be OK?
Which is what I thought it was at first, until they clearly said...
Do you know what? Here's another thing. There's already too much paperwork in the NHS. There's too much bureaucracy. How about we have less of that and we just have a little bit more faith in our NHS workers for them to hire the right person? Because it doesn't... We all know, like, interviews, they're not particularly great. Yeah. You know, they're not particularly accurate. There are people who can smash interviews and be rubbish at the job, and I was one of those people. I used to nail interviews, had it down like that.
Did you go to lots?
Yeah, I went to lots. and the reason I went to lots is because I never lasted that long in one of the jobs.
Fantastic.